Good morning, everybody, all 4 or 5 of you who tune into this lonesome, bitter place here in the parking lot. It's a rainy one, not as rainy as yesterday. Still a bit chilly, but what do you expect? It's November. Pretty soon I'm going to probably have a few inches of global warming to scrape off my driveway. Well. Now, a lot of people have been asking me lately, why don't you believe the whole global warming thing? And I said, because we've got all these scientists that say it's going to happen. And I was like, because if you've lived long enough, back in the 70s, that's right, he's that old. Back in the 70s, scientists, and a lot of them were respectable, were telling us that we were heading for another ice age. Which is why I don't buy it. And plus, you had Al Gore, the guy who did the big movie. You should do this, blah, blah. Yeah, meanwhile, he's got stocks in a company that would have monitored carbon tax credits, and he would have probably made $1 billion within the first 2 years of establishing that had it passed. You see, that's the problem. There's just mitigating circumstances here about how many people were going to make a shit ton of money had if, a lot of these things had passed environmental bills. Conflict of interest, anyone? So, also by 2017 or something like that, we weren't supposed to have a northern polar ice cap. And I'm like, it's 2024 and it's still kind of like, and the reason why I'm bringing that up is because of there are still people out there saying Doctor Who is dead. I'm like, you said rest in peace like 2017, and it's 2024 and it's still here. It's got a spin-off filming. The problem is, spin-offs can be tricky, and if they're basing the whole thing off of one premise, it just seems like it's a mini-series to me more than anything at this point, because if the only thing you got going for you is the war between the land and the sea, it's kind of like, it's right there in the title, and what if it doesn't, the war between the land and the sea, how long can you drag that out? How many times can us mean evil surface dwellers take a dump in the Atlantic and then get, our butts bit by horseshoe crabs or whatever, get stung by jellyfish or man of war, whatever. But yeah, that's still going on. The filming for that is still happening. And and of course, Russell Tovey that was spotted out there again. And the problem is, the only time now I can access the platform formerly known as Twitter is on my phone, because it still won't let me log in on my desktop because suspicious activity detected. Yeah, Muskrat, you did a really good job with that. Used to be like I could log in on my phone, my tablet, and my phone, and my desktop, and not have a problem. You're calling from you're trying to log in from a suspicious location. You mean the same suspicious location I've been logging in for the last decade, you moron? Oh, God. Yeah, I agree with you there. Sarah Jane Adventures, and why, like I said, even Russell T Davies this day is, smacking his head going, why did we end it? But at the same time, I can understand, grief, and respect, for Liz Sladen. But at the same time, you could have picked up the ball, called it Bannerman Road. Of course, we finally now have an acknowledgement, in the last series that, Sarah Jane is gone. And it's like, okay, well, like I said, you could have easily made a show, called it Bannerman Road Adventures or whatever. Put some new companions, put some new kids in there, or, put the old kids in there. You've got all kinds of companions who are lining up to appear, but they didn't do it. No, we're going to throw the ball at the war between the land and the sea. And remember all these spin-offs we were supposed to be getting. I'm only seeing one spin-off. And the main show, meanwhile, is on an indefinite limbo because of, Disney's backpedaling. And it wasn't the show's fault that Disney's backpedaling. It's called Disney is in what we call, in technical terms, deep shit. Well, that's the thing, though. I don't think there's a number you can call. I even tried resetting my password. And I thought, okay, that's going to get it. And all of a sudden, nope, suspicious activity detected. My phone's still logged in. And I was like, so basically what I think is going to happen is I'm going to have to take the app off my phone, re-log in on my computer, and, yeah, Torchwood was pretty good too, you're right. And then, of course, everybody, once they found out the dreaded Chimmelman had run parts of it, it became shit. Every episode he ever wrote was trash. It's like, it's funny how when, someone does something radical, they start, everyone starts looking for all the bad scripts they've ever written. I'm sorry, but not everything RTD's ever written was solid gold. There's hits, it's hit and miss. Okay, welcome aboard, new person. Hello. And you go, it's like, Chimla wrote a lot of good scripts. Especially one of my favorites, Exit Wounds, Countryside, just to name a couple. Which I thought, oh hell, Countryside, that one, the end of that one, damn. Whew. Even Hitchcock rose up from his grave and said, what the? Okay. But yeah, we don't have a whole lot other than, filming's continuing on War Between the Land and the Sea. Millie, of course, and Shooty will be appearing at London Comic Con. I believe that's this weekend, isn't it? And oh yeah, always blowing dense vape clouds, man. I'd rather do that than smoke. People are always asking me when I'm out here, dude, why are you sitting outside the garage? Why don't you come in here where it's warm? So let me get this straight. Let me file this up. It's warmer inside. It's filled with smoke. And you want me to come in? They're like, so? I said, you know what else is warm inside and filled with smoke? Well, a burning house. But you don't see me running in it either. It's like, it's just amazing because I can't even stand the smell of smoke. I literally, because there's a couple people who go outside and smoke, I literally try to find the place that's upwind from them. There's been a couple times, though, I've had people sitting there chugging away, and I come home smelling like cigarette smoke, and I'm like, my God, did I smell this bad for how many years? Ugh. Yeah, my lungs are clear. I can smell. I can taste. I can't complain. I was over a pack a day on the weekends. Well, whenever I drank alcohol, that was way back in the day. I tended to smoke more, I noticed. And the sad part is the mask is still, I still have it. It's somewhere buried in my room. I can't remember if I put it in a drawer. But, so, to wrap it up, like I said, you have a monster under your bed. Believe it or not, I found that mask at a flea market. And I have no idea what it was supposed to be from and all that, but I just knew I had to buy that mask. And if you have a monster under your bed, that's what G-Man is saying, All I can say is, have you considered moving? Okay, no. So I guess I don't know what to tell you. We're in limbo now until we get further notice. Who knows? Maybe Shooty or Millie something will say you'll let something slip at the Comic Con, but I highly doubt it. They'll be surrounded by agents of the BBC. All right, if the monster pays the bills, you're just gonna have to live with it. Don't feed it beans. Like I said, I know I still have it somewhere. I just got to remember which drawer I put it in and all that stuff. I used to have it hanging on the bookshelf, and I took it down one day, and I think I put it in a drawer, and I can't remember which drawer it's in. It's somewhere in there. Oh, I'm looking into new medications. Plus, I just discovered, and I should have known this. I feel like an imbecile. Um, I've been drinking a lot of Diet Pepsi or Pepsi Zero or Zero Sugar, and sure enough, right there in the ingredients on the side, aspartame. And my triglycerides are up. They're having me try something new in my pill regimen. Which means now I got to get up 15 minutes earlier every morning, which is driving me insane. I got to take one set of pills, do my usual, and before I leave, I take the rest of my pills. And because my thyroid level is up, which is amazing given the fact that I've had underactive thyroid my entire life. And I've also had half my thyroid removed. And it's still putting out more crap than it should be. And I'm like, what's it doing? Compensating for something? It wants to be as big as the other thyroids in the neighborhood. I don't get it, but I know part of it's gone and it's overcompensating. It is weird. Yeah, I see my GP next week, and like I said, we'll see what he says. That's one thing you gotta look out for, because I've had it happen before where I was chewing gum a lot, and it's of course, zero sugar gum, and it turns out it had aspartame in it, and my blood pressure was staying up, and turns out that the gum I was chewing was nullifying my blood pressure medication. So, well, I'm a Fallout fan myself, so maybe that's why. 76 has gotten boring though, because all the major storylines are done, and there's not really much to do there other than watch. The thing I can't figure out is my character is like level 180 something, and it's like I can pretty much. Well, there's some things in the ways like you don't bother. One of the big differences between Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 is the enemies do level up quite a bit better than. So there is a possibility you can still get waxed even if you get higher levels. There was a guy running around last night that was level 1,167. I'm like, 1,167. I'm like, dude, you need to go out and touch some grass. Because, no, it's like the highest I ever got on Fallout 4. Well, I think I had to let character, because once you get past level 100 and something in Fallout 4, you can pretty much kill everything in the game. Nothing's going to be able to harm your character. So that's when I do settlement building. But I think the highest ever character level I had was 280 something, and it just gets boring at that point. Well, I got to get going, folks, because I just looked at the clock. I'm a little bit over. So be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you all tomorrow. Unfortunately, yeah, we are scheduled to work Saturday. So we'll definitely see you then. So take care. Have a good one, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.